In mid-December of 2024, GlenDronach's master blender, Rachel Barry, unveiled the set of 3 new GlenDronach offerings as a limited release. I recently reviewed their Ode to the Valley, but it's time to try the next one. And to reiterate, I bought all 3 of these on fanboy-driven reputation, and I know I've broken my own rules on this. So today, I'm going to review the GlenDronach Ode to the Dark, and I'm going to see if it was money well spent, or if it wasn't. So bring on the dark. Welcome to Whisky. I'm John Chidgey. Please remember to drink responsibly, only ever in moderation, and where and when it is appropriate to do so. If you are watching this on YouTube and you haven't already, please just take a moment now to like and subscribe and visit engineer.network/whisky without the E to learn how you can support the show. Thank you. Now also, if you like the look of this polo shirt that I'm wearing, well, you can grab one from the Spreadshirt store. There's a link on YouTube. Now, one of the first things I noticed when I placed the 3 bottles side by side was their colour spectrum was slightly violet shifted relative to the GlenDronach's current age statement offerings artwork. What I mean by that, if that sounds a bit weird, is that the 12-year is slightly brighter red than the Embers, the 15-year is slightly brighter green than the 15-year Revival, and the 18-year Allardyce is more of a blue than a lighter violet, or maybe a purple, of the darks packaging. It's a subtle but clever colour alignment of sorts anyway, but whether that's their way of aligning their products and branding, or if it's just what their artists thought might look cool, who really knows? I mean, I think it's cool. But anyway. So, this 700ml bottle cost me $159.99 from Skull & Barrel online with free shipping. Like the Ode to the Valley, it's also dropped $10 since I bought it. Jeez, and oh well. It also has no age statement. It has a 50.8% ABV. That's actually the biggest kick of all 3 in the Odes. And it's once again GlenDronach chili filtered, and it's not coloured. It also is considered to be part of their special releases range of Scotch whiskies, just like the Valley. Now on the Dark's box and the front of the bottle, it states, exquisitely matured in Pedro Ximénez Sherry Casks. Wow, this one is exquisitely matured. The Valley was only artful. We're moving up in the world. Once again, the back of the box has some waffle that I'm going to read you because I can. As evening folds slowly into night, darkness announces the coming of richer rewards. Tastes deepen, inviting us to spend time savouring their company. This is our Ode to the Dark. Well then, that's cooler than the Valley blurb, I think. Sort of. Like the Valley, it also goes on to talk about the actual whiskey, thank God, matured in exceptional Pedro Ximénez Sherry Casks and bottled at high strength. This sumptuous expression of the GlenDronach elevates richness to a sublime apex, with layers of flavour coming together to create a work of indulgence. Oh my god. Anyway, again, I actually like Rachel Barry's notes. They're much simpler. Ode to the Dark enrobes velvet chocolate over dark plum and black cherry, caramelized dates and coffee to bask the GlenDronach in rich splendor. I just like that so much better. I don't know why. Anyway. Alright, so GlenDronach's tasting notes on their website say the color is a black garnet. Well, I mean, that's a nice gemstone. But anyway, garnet. On the nose, it is a symphony of mocha, black cherry, and dark chocolate precede creme brulee with raisin, brown sugar, and ginger. On the palate, velvety layers of smooth espresso and creme caramel fold into black grape and mint chocolate ganache. Crikey, alright. And finish, decadent cocoa, hazelnut, and cranberry. It almost sounds a little bit confusing, but you know what? That's okay. It's GlenDronach. How bad could this be, really? Satisfying sounds. It's also satisfying whacking the cork back in the bottle. I have no idea why. Just is. So the colour on that baby is, I would say, definitely a golden brown. Tending even more towards a mahogany. It is a very dark. And looking for legs, we got some, not too many fat legs on the one side. The other side, we got a whole bunch of really little ones that are slowly peeling away. which I always take as a good sign for mouthfeel. Let's see what we get on the nose. Well, well, well. That smells like a nice dark chocolate to me. It smells a little bit like cherries. So they reckon brown sugar and ginger. I always find ginger doesn't really have much of a smell, to be honest. Not a strong smell. It's got a strong taste. I can get on board with the brown sugar, I guess, but, you know, it's just so hard to peel that apart. The dark chocolate and the cherry is quite strong. And that is, by the way, not a problem. All right, let's see what she tastes like. Oh, yummy, yum. Oh, that is, that's really bloody good. That is my kind of whiskey. Right. I, gotta use words here. Hang on. So, first of all, let's start with the mouthfeel. It's a nice, oily, almost not quite buttery, but similar. But it's more oily, I would say. It's not thinner. Like the Valley was much thinner. This is not. I wouldn't describe this as thin at all. It's got a beautiful warmth to that mouthfeel, and the finish is probably about moderate in length. I'm definitely getting dark chocolate all the way down. I'm getting it. I got the nose, the palate, and the finish has got this darkish chocolate. It's not super bitter though, so a lighter dark chocolate perhaps, but still, good God. So let's see what else we get here. Yeah, not much extra I'm getting on the nose. Yeah, definitely got a nice sort of a coffee, you know, like a roasted coffee, not a brown roast, like a darker roasted coffee. I mean, they say espresso. Yeah, sure, I guess. I'll stick with coffee, dark roasted coffee. And it also goes on the finish too. There's like this nice bitterness. You know, because if you like a bitterness in your whiskey, some people don't. For me, I don't mind at all. That is super yummy. It is a heavy, like most GlenDronachs, I find they are generally a heavier spirit. They're not light and easy going. They are a more serious whiskey. And I do quite like this, I have to admit. I probably like it a little bit too much. Yeah, anyway. All right. So we got to rate this puppy. So for cost, it is unfortunately across the line, and it is now a 3, stretching the budget a bit. Because that's what I paid. Even if you could get it cheaper today, you're technically 1 cent under the free shipping, but if you buy it in isolation, it's going to cost you for shipping. I'll put it back over again. So I think it's best that we stick with a 3 for cost. So for quality, I am going to give this a 4. I'll give it a low 4. It's not blowing me away necessarily to a solid or a high 4. It is definitely a 4 though. This is pretty damn good. Hey, I mean, honestly, I'm shocked at how good this is for a non-age statement, and I really do like it. I'm not sure what else to say about that, other than I wouldn't mind having a little bit more of that. Crikey, not bad. Thank you very much, GlenDronach. That's not too bad. I do now wonder, quite seriously, how the next one, the third one's going to go. So that's 2 down, and we have 1 more left to go. Until then, cheers, and I will see you next time.